We spend most of our adult life in workspace with colleagues, subordinates. So it's absolutely important to make sure that you deal with your subordinates in a very professional yet personal manner so that you can manage your team and balance your work-life stress and drive business growth. The very first thing of managing your subordinates, you should lead by example. You should do things at your own. When you lead by example, two things happen. Your subordinates, when they are delivering, they know that they just cannot bring anything to you. They have to be perfect because they know that you know. And second, they also know when you lead by example is that if they get stuck, they can come to you for clarification. So it creates that reliability. And as a leader, that reliability allows you to enhance your control within your team. Second, please have a very open mind regarding coaching your team members. Do not expect them to do everything correctly. Please expect mistakes, also accept it, and hence come the requirement of coaching. So you have to coach them. So lead by example and coach them. Third one is, to me, the most important factor. I practice it a lot. Treat your subordinates as a person, as a human being. Not just another dossier which HR gave you, not just another number in your team hierarchy. As a person, please smile to them, talk to them, ask about their whereabouts, ask them how they're feeling, how was their day, how's their family. Please do that. Have that off-office connection with your subordinates. It's absolutely paramount. Then comes, please be fair to everybody, but do not play favorites. It shows if you kind of start playing favorites to one or two individuals, it shows and it kills the team dynamics, that cohesiveness. So please be fair to everybody. Do not play favorites. If you criticize your team members, please be polite about it. Criticize with care. One more thing that team members love to have in their leader, that is, a leader must defend their team. A leader must defend his or her team. When you defend your team, they know that they can come to you. They feel there is an umbrella waiting for them in the chaos of corporate world. I have tried it. Often team members made mistake. I tried to absorb that, coach him, defended him in front of senior management, and from then on, that relationship, that commitment I have seen in the team member, that is absolutely unimaginable. So please practice that. Give them task and tell them to figure out by themselves. Yes, I told you to coach them, but sometimes you have to loosen up the leash a bit. Give them task. Tell them to figure it out by themselves. Do not restrict them to do things just in your style. Tell them, yes, come up with different approaches, different style of doing it if you can. Be open about it. No, I do it in this way, you have to do it in this way. Do not be so authoritarian. Ease up a bit. You never know. Due to reverse mentorship, you might find out that they're coming up with very interesting and very efficient solutions. So be very open about it. One more very awkward thing. Often we consider team members our, sovereign assets. And we tell them to solve very tiny problems, tiny tasks that I could do by myself. So please, as a leader, never engage your team members to solve those tiny things, tasks that you could do by yourself. Just do it. If you keep on delegating very tiny tasks that you could do, you know what will happen? Team members will think that, oh my God, he's using us. He's exploiting us. Next time when you give something very serious, they'll also think that, is it important? Is it my task? Or he's just pushing it on me. So please never use your subordinates for tiny tasks that you could do by yourself. Avoid that habit. Let your senior management be very aware about your team members' achievement. If they are doing something great, give them due credit. Make sure senior management knows. And do that publicly. Appreciate, reward, and recognize publicly in front of senior management, in front of the entire organization. So the team members feel That if I do something great, my boss is there to give me due credit. He's not going to steal my thunder. He's there for me. He encourages, he pushes me up. Trust me, if you practice that, people normally, we are grateful. If that team member sees, or if a team member sees that you are actually very open, you give due credit, you coach, you are fair to everybody, you have that team dynamics going absolutely in the right direction. And there is a saying, be a leader, not a boss. And I also don't like to use the word subordinate in this video. I'm seeking your apology, but just for the sake of this video, I'm using this word. So be a leader. A leader doesn't tell that I did it. He says, we did it. The leader is not authoritarian. He's sort of democratic. He coaches. He does not just push, purge his thing on somebody. Often team members complain that my boss, my leader is not very decisive. He changes his decision. He changes his mind too often. It cracks the team bonding. So please be very decisive about what you are delegating, and delegate tasks to the right person. Task delegation to the right person enhances team's confidence many folds. Be real. In our office, most of the time we wear a facade, a mask. We try to pretend that we are somebody else. Best subordinate management technique is to be real with your team, considering them as a person, and be very real. If there is a bad news, if there is a business crisis, if there is an achievement, if there is an award, if there is an upcoming project, be very real about it. Keep everybody informed as per their hierarchy. It helps a lot in managing your subordinates. Final few things about how to manage your subordinates. Please listen. Just because you or I am in a hierarchy, in a higher position, in a manager's position, that does not mean that I cannot listen. You cannot be very strict about depending only on your experience. You have to be very open, listen, and accept constructive feedback, suggestions, and procedures. And last thing for team management, subordinate management, do not follow that policy, one size fits all. You cannot regiment one thing, one process, one order, one technique for everybody. One size does not fit all. So please be very liberal about it. And finally, please remember, we spend most of our time with our team, with our subordinates. So emotional intelligence and considering them as a person, not as a number or a dossier, is utmost important. Happy team managing.